The painting may move far away from the exact representation, but the vision, experience, skill, inspiration, ideas, expectations, memory, and imagination all form pictorial associations. The experimental characteristic of the medium can easily hook an artist to form his own transition with the pigment. Stella Reinwald rightly said, unlike in music, we painters have the freedom to layer over the sore notes or crop off the discord. Oil colors can be used in different techniques, and there is no fear of any mistake not being overcoated. One cannot only make a painting with intricate details, but also spontaneously in impasto. The underpainting acts as a base for creating more color variations over it, whether with blend, dabs, or rough strokes. The blue of the mountains peeping through the white dabs is creating textural approach and adding a distance. The strokes are rough and without any restraint. The upper edges seem mixed. White, the area closer to the horizon, is the one where white color is just being thickly applied. Each stroke is guiding the next and acting as an independent element. Thicker white in the background is helping in adding distance in the painting. Pure white on the cliff is creating stark contrast. One can feel the cool atmosphere prevailing in the painting with play of white and blue. After finishing the painting, it is the time to remove the masking tape from the border. A neat margin will be formed and the entire untidy color on the edges will vanish. One can even cut the margin as sometimes the color of the margin or frame can act as a disturbing element when one looks at the painting. After oil colors, one can see the finishing touches on the pencil work. After filling the area with pencil shading, scribbles, smudging, darkest tones, adding proper structure, and proportions, making things lose themselves in ambiguity, making some forms stand out. It's the time to rub off a few unwanted shadings, lines, and highlighting certain areas. One can use eraser to rub off and create a stark contrast. Pure white of the paper reflects sharp sunlight. A little darkness to already dark areas, and a few soft lines for grey tone or middle tone takes the painting towards completion. Defining a few shapes with sharp lines make them stand out in the blur of trees. Scribbling plays a major role in drawing. A few patches here or there can create depth in the drawing. Gradations in the lines can show light and shade. Haphazard strokes add playfulness and spontaneity to the trees and bushes. It is not at all important to bring out each and every detail of what one is seeing. Among oblique and vertical scribbles, a few horizontal lines can add another space division. Just by highlighting and diffusing some areas, one can bring a drawing to its final touch. Vic Muniz rightly says that drawing is not only a way to come up with pictures, drawing is a way to educate your eye to understand visual information, organizing it into a more hierarchical way, a more economical way. When you see something, if you draw often and frequently, you examine a room very differently. The whole essence of drawing comes up in its simplicity. The vigorous strokes speak for themselves. Remove the masking tape to create a neat and clean border around the drawing. It helps in pulling the eye inside the drawing. One can see the tangled bushes, intermingled trees, play of chiaroscuro, and observe the solidity of brick structure and unruly character of the native. Final touches totally depend on an artist's mindset. The expertise and trained eye of an artist only guides him for which part to merge and which to highlight. Charcoal is a very soft and flexible medium which can be handled boldly, delicately, as well as playfully. Its possibilities are endless. The gentleness or abruptness of the strokes can affect the emotional response of the spectator. The unruly strokes add to the rhythmic exploration. The more one darkens, the more shadows will crop up. The area will get heavier look, and distance and depth will be created. Gradually, one can totally change the focus as the drawing progresses or reaches its final stage. One can smudge charcoal with fingers or a piece of cloth to smudge some areas and erase some areas to remove the unwanted elements or lines which are distracting and thus create stark contrast. Just keeping in mind the direction of light, an artist can bring out external shaping even in abstraction. Reinforcing the deepest shadows and an overall tone in the drawing will add to the depth that conform to the visible source of light. Like Jeff Koons said, if I try to articulate every single detail in drawing, it would be like missing the forest of the trees. So, it's just about getting the outline of the forest. A few lines standing out in the merged contours of the surroundings create beautiful illusion with tonal values and shapes of interlocking lights and shadows. An artist's spirit is never contented, and his heart always wants to make more and more changes in his work of art. He wants to exploit his imagination to every possible extent and makes use of the required elements from his wild imagination to give birth to his masterpiece. A few opaque patches can make the area stand out. A few scrapings can etch out shapes in bold layers and turn the painting from abstract to concrete. Dark lines of branches can form a language with the grainy effect created by oil pastels. and some pure white dots on purple spread will imply flowers and create a balance with whiteness of water. Random strokes can start gaining a meaning. The feathery characteristic and ripple textures add to the charm of oil pastels. Scribbles show the grainy quality of the paper, while putting pressure on oil pastels can make marks more bold and opaque. It depends on the artist, which effect he wants to create for his expression, grainy or smooth. Auguste Rodin rightly said, the modes of expression of men of genius differ as much as their souls, as it is impossible to say that in some among them drawing and colors are better than or worse than in others. One can't follow a uniform pattern of experimentation of mediums for all artists. Among the colors of same family, that is blue and purple, now is the time to add a few more pure white dots for stark contrast, and also bold purple lines wherever is the demand of the painting and bring it to an end. Acrylics are quick drying medium, so it's very easy for an artist to keep on working on it till he wants to make the necessary changes. The colors placed side by side without any significant shape can form their own notions for an artist's vision. The painting in front of us is devoid of much details. It's just a play of yellows, orange, and brown towards bringing the painting to its finishing point. Every stroke will add a dimension to it. Creating depth and darkness by taps of brown, subduing certain bright areas in sky to pull the vision downwards, and a sharp white dot close to horizon to make it center of attraction. All bring a painting near to completion. Till one sits in front of a painting, mind would want to make continuous changes. Like Henry Matisse said, I want to reach the stage of condensation of sensations which constitutes a picture. Perhaps I might be satisfied momentarily with a work finished at one sitting, but I would soon get bored looking at it. Therefore, I prefer to looking at it so that later I may recognize it as a work of my mind. In gouache, the color might get dull on drying and change their value. So an addition of a few strokes here and there is a part of painting technique. Every stroke will add a new and fresh look to the artwork, turning it from bright to dull and dull to bright. There is a continuous urge in an artist to transform the scene with his imagination, spontaneity, and awareness. Artists can lighten some parts or darken a section to create a distance. For example, darker strokes in foreground and windows and grooves of the building, and for depth of the tree foliage. while pure white on slant of building to show the bright sunlight. The hide and seek of colors finally reflect observation. Shriek sensations and then integrate everything into coherent painterly form of abstraction as well as meticulous detail. One can see the things not visible getting discovered, and visible ones losing themselves in the still house. The end product becomes a bold representation of a real landscape, as if seen through blurred eyes. The process of overpainting is never ending. An artist can keep on applying broken patches or taps or add more depth to the textural quality. Only practice and experience teaches an artist of which effect can be attained by which stroke. Which areas are to be full of intricate details, and which part of blur for enhancement of a particular area. A few linear touches can imply the branches visible in the mound of color depicting bushes. In this painting, sky holds the main part. It is occupying three-fourths of the space. So it is very important to observe whether the colors of sky are being reflected on the other parts or objects of the painting. Depths of blue, gray, and yellow can create visual balance, and beautifully bring out the essence of the scene. An artist gets so engrossed in his work and tries to bring out the best out of his experimental approach. One can see the articulation of the idea and expression, which is both physical and intellectual, where an artist is not only experimenting but also keeping in mind the color scheme, tonal variation, and limitation of base and medium. Fernando Botero aptly expressed, when you start a painting, it is somewhat outside you. At the conclusion, you seem to move inside the painting. More and more strokes keeps on changing the atmosphere of the painting. The canvas becomes a base which stimulates the imagination, and a place full of silhouettes, chiaroscuro, explorations, wonders, virtuosity, and mystery. Retouching keeps on going till an artist's soul is satisfied with the result. A strange connection is formed between the artist and his deliberate as well as unplanned strokes. One just needs to educate the eye to understand visual information. The dots of light and dark dots form their own visual music, forming an enchanting portrait of colors, values, and textures arranged in numerous layers and involved in interlocking lights and shadows. Glazes can add another glow and dimension in the abstraction. Only an artist can deeply catch the vibes from his process of creation, which is full of ideas, concepts, and sensations. To a viewer, the painting may mean something or nothing. Platt Mondrian's description of creative processes beautifully fits this abstraction, where he says, what is natural does not have to be a representation of something. I am now working on a thing that is a reconstruction of a starry sky, and yet I am making it without a giving from nature. Someone says he used a theme from nature can be right, but also someone who says he uses nothing at all.